And I have our guest on. We finally were able to get him in the room. So click share as you're joining, whether you are on LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, IG Live, Twitch TV, wherever you're live from. Join us and click share and tag someone to join us in the live. I'm here with Derek Washington. If you're on YouTube, click share now. Twitch TV, click share now. But we're emanating from LinkedIn Live. And I'm just going to make sure I went back live on LinkedIn Live as well. So I want to make sure that, yep, we're live on LinkedIn Live. So I want to make sure everybody there. Simone Jomore, I hope that you're able to come back. Simone Jomore is from France. So I wanted you to have the French connection. She
Right.
is was joining us from there. So I hope that others that were with us earlier will come back and join us and learn about this Kier Award. I hope that you will be able to join us as well. Marilyn Hamilton Nelson, others that are dog and pet lovers.
Yeah.
I want you to join in, and I tagged in some pet lovers and companies on LinkedIn Live. So I hope that you will join us as well. All right. So give a moment to do that, to recirculate that. Fantastic. Thank you, those of you that are chiming back in on LinkedIn Live. All right. All right. I'm going to tag just a few folks in it. Thank you for those that are joining us on Twitch TV. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, let's see if we can get a few of those folks that kind of fumbled through it with us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And if you're pet lovers, chime in. Give us the name as Simone Jamore. She's called it her Firmly. Her Firmly. Her cat is Pepe Le Pew. So if you have cats or dogs, chime in with us. Thank you, Simone. I made it. I made it back. Thank you so much. I was just saying that you have in your Firmly, you have a wonderful cat. I will have to talk about how you stole that name. All right, Marilyn Hamilton, I'm tagging you. See if you can rejoin us. All right, very good. Very good. Some of you are coming back this way. Fantastic. Well, I have with me a genius young man who has done a couple of inventions, and most recently, one, oh, we lost him. Jeez, this is, there's no business like show business. Okay. All right. We're going to give it a second. All right, here he comes. Okay.
I shouldn't touch any buttons.
I was about to say, now here is the inventor who kicks himself out. I don't know. I don't know if we want that to happen. We want your hands to work well.
Right,
All right.
right.
So Derek Washington, tell us about this invention, this latest invention, and you might even double back and tell us about some of the others. But tell us about this latest invention.
Well, this latest invention is an item that will protect dogs that likes to run them back and forth across the street or in other yards, or if you're camping, you can, and your dog is out there in the woods, if you can't see the dog at night, you can remotely turn the dog vest on, like I'm doing so right now, and it will light up and you'll be able to see your dog in the night. Or if you're on a rescue mission, you're trying to rescue somebody that's been in a hurricane, which usually the power is out, or a earthquake, and if someone's stuck in a house or something, and you see your dogs in it to get them out. And if it's at night, you can light their dog collar up remotely. You don't have to reach in there and turn it on manually, which you can do both actually.
Hmm. And so, is this is only for dogs? Are you having one for cats, or it's
Well,
just for dogs?
it's funny you mentioned somebody with a cat. I was trying to bring up a photo. I think I did send it to you of dog and cats standing right next to each other,
Oh,
and
I
it
think you
shows,
did.
yeah, it shows them both wearing the remote LED safety vest.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And
Okay.
so this is available now if people want to get it. No, that's
Yes.
let's
Yes.
let's
It's
see. Wait. It's this
it's
one.
yeah, that there you go. That one shows dog and cat side by side. Shows the remote controls. It shows it comes with a USB uh, power charger cable, so you can recharge it in your car, on your computer, or anywhere you recharge your cell phone. And again, it can remotely turn on without you having to aim it at the dog or cat. You can just lay in your bed watching television or watching your show as we speak right now and turn it on without even seeing the dog or cat.
Wow. And so is it waterproof, water resistant? Nothing
It,
can happen to the cat or dog from wearing it?
it is waterproof. I tested it myself. It's water resistance, and they would never get zapped or anything like that. Never, you won't damage it by it getting wet out in the rain or snow, or if it jumps in the water or pool, the swimming pool in the backyard. It'll still work. It'll still be lit.
Wow. Now tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to this invention.
Well, my background is I've always wanted to be a mad scientist, and there
Mm,
was no real career move for mad scientists. So I ended up being a robotics engineer and teaching
mhm,
robotics to people around the country in the
mhm,
manufacturing area. And I've always had a knack for taking things apart, such as electronics and television sets and uh, whatever it had in electronics to radios, TVs, you name it, washers, dryers, microwave ovens. I'd take them apart and put them back together. So I became a person who invented things, and I invented several things. And this is actually my fifth or sixth product. In fact, I probably got about 20 or 30 inventions out there. I just ran out of money. So that happens. Uh, my first two inventions that came with a remote control was a guitar strap, so that if you're wearing a guitar strap and you got a stage hand who's handling all the lights and the smoke and all the theatrics of a stage, they will be able to remotely turn on your guitar strap. That's what that started that. But then
mhm,
it got to the point where, well, we don't really need that. So the remote fade away, the guitar strap still lives. Then I thought, well, what if a construction worker, because in Michigan they have a lot of construction on the road, what
mhm,
if the manager want to make sure that his people are safe? A lot of times they go out and start work without turning on this LED for the safety vest. So the manager could turn on 50, 60 safety vests at one time to make sure that his people are safe and just press a button and all 50 of them will come on.
mhm.
Then they got to the point I said, well, I guess they don't really need that, but they do need LED safety vests. So then I was thinking dog, but then when my son said, why don't you make it for a dog? So at the same time, confirmation happened. I said, I was thinking the same thing to do this for a dog. So many dogs get hit by cars or get ran over or get lost in the woods or some of anything and they're never seen. And I was not impressed by the 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 dog collars are out today, such they're neon lights, and they come in red, green, and blue. I'm sure you may have seen them. Mine is bright white, so therefore you can see it from miles away. The neon light, you can't see it from miles away, and
Mhm.
it's cute. It looks nice to me for some people, but I'm talking safety here, real safety. I'm not talking about trying to look good. I'm talking about avoiding people from hitting your dog. That happens so much because I did a Google search, and I believe it's like about 4 million people buy dogs per year, and
Mm.
about two million people dogs get hit every year. So I'm
Wow.
trying to. My goal is to bring that number down
Wow.
by having this. Yep.
That's excellent. Now, Simone Joe Moore from France is saying, do you make sure you go through patent registration? I think it's important, is what she's saying.
Well, patent registration. I have two patents, and what ends up happening really is I don't have a lot of faith in patents, so therefore I just try to saturate the market by putting it on Facebook and putting it on all these different media channels, showing that I'm the first one to do it. And a lot of times that's the best way to do it because I don't have the money to fight no one in court about with arguing about my patent. I asked the patent lawyer what happens when someone copies my patent or my idea. So well, we just send them a letter, ask them to stop. Well, they could have made millions of dollars by then, for them to stop. And then some of them may not stop. What happens then? Well, we take them to court. Okay, well, I got to pay my lawyer. They're going to pay their lawyer. And then we go in court for 2, 3 years. I'm still losing millions of dollars. So I just didn't, I just got a patent just to say I got a patent because it seems to be a very hard thing to achieve. And much like someone getting a doctor's degree, I got me a patent. That's my doctor's degree to me. So it's a gift to myself and my family that my kids know.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that question, Simone Joe Moore. So,
Yes, yes, great
uh,
question.
so, um, this product, where can people get it now? I mean, it's Christmas time. They might love to
Mhm.
have these for their dogs, especially in climates that are going to be warmer because they're going to be out. The dogs are going to be out more than they might be in the winter. So where can they get this? Where can they get these?
I was just invited, or I won the opportunity to be on a new TV show that just came out. I was on the seventh season. The seventh season was Thanksgiving night. The show is called America's Big Deal. To be on the show, they asked me, I was required to send all of my product to their warehouse. So that's where my doggy vest is there now. I mean, it's really easy to go to that website. Plus, you'll get a better deal than I'm giving you on my my website. You get a much better deal. It is America's Big Deal, americabigdeal.com, and you'll see my product there. You can get it for far less than you can on my website. And then I do have another shipment coming through. It's due to be here sometime December, first week in December, maybe. But sometimes they're saying that the cargo ships were being held up, and they're not able to get all the the products that everyone has been looking forward to for this Christmas off the ships. So if you want one right now, I would just go and pay a lot less for the product at americasbigdeal.com, and you'll see my product, my smiling face, and you can get one. That's what I
And
would
you
do.
said America's with the S, like the S on it,
Yep,
America's Big
that's
Deal.
yep, without the comma to the ask, but just America's Big Deal.
Okay, America's Big Deal. I put that in the comments so that people could see it.
Great, great.
America's Big Deal. And so, do they have a limited quantity, or does it buy a certain limit? I mean,
You know, they had during the show, it's a competition who can sell the most, and they were saying only one person can buy up to $1,750 worth.
got it.
So uh, I think that limitation has been removed, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
I would like to say there's no limit. You can any limit you want, amount you want to buy, you may do so.
Okay. Because I would imagine, like for me, I don't have a dog, but my niece is kind of co-parenting a dog, I'll call it.
Uh-huh.
And so
Yeah,
I'm the grandpop, I guess. And so I
that's
would
right.
want to get
That's correct.
one for Blue, who is the dog. So I
Mhm.
could can I can ship it to that person for
Yes, you
the
can.
dog. Okay.
You
All
most
right.
certainly can. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot
All
of
right.
people have been doing that too. I've been hearing a lot of the stories of people purchasing these items, especially as for Christmas gifts, and give them to their family and friends, which is I'm inspired by that. That's kind of light me up, put a smile on my face.
And so what does it retail for? I think I put the wrong thing in there.
It,
It's
it, it
American
retails for 40
Big
bucks, 220s, 410s, 85s.
Deal. Okay.
Yeah, 40
So it's
bucks.
America's Big Deal. America's
Yes.
Big Deal. Okay.
America's Big Deal, and you'll see it, and you'll get the same excitement that I get. A lot of kids, though, some kids play with cats with LED laser pointer. So a lot of kids like playing with this with the remote control, turn it on and off, and they make up their own little games with it. Catch a dog when the light is a certain temperature, a certain timing frequency, and all kinds of things. So it seems to be a fun thing. Maybe I should incorporate some type of game with it.
Yeah, that would be great, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so what other inventions have you made? I know you talked about the guitar strap and you talked about the LED vest. This is
Well, one good thing about being on this show, which is nice and fortunate for me, they allowed me to bring out all of my products. So one of my products was the guitar strap that lights up, and it's sound activated, so it can go to the beat of the music. So what ended up happening, and I was able to start off the show. If you ever watch the show, that episode 7, start the show off, and it will flash the music that they're playing, what I'm playing. And then I also had a display, a digital display that's flexible, which you can place it around anything, and you can type anything you wanted to say on this flexible display. So I had that on my guitar at the end. And in the beginning of the show, they show commercials of us, and I had on my safety vest. So safety vest for people who like to jog or walk around their the city or town and not get hit by a car. And so many times in the middle of the morning when it's dark outside or late at night, because it does get dark early here, people are not you can't see them. It's so funny in my subdivision, I was coming around a corner and this person had on my safety vest. And had they had not had that on, me coming around this corner, I would not have seen her. I'm
wow.
thinking, it's how ironic that my product stopped me from hitting her. And I stopped. I said, "It's a nice safety vest." She didn't know that it was my safety vest that I invented it. I said, "Where you see? It's a guy around here lives here who sells them. You know, he's a really nice guy." She just talking up about me, you know. And I said, "Oh yeah, okay. Well, can I take a picture of you with it?" Sure, go ahead. I really love this safety vest. It's a perfect commercial for me. And she still to this day doesn't know it was me that
Wow.
that invented that vest. So I'm coming out with so you can have the safety vest and also a safety leash that lights up, and then you have the doggy vest. So you have that whole trilogy thing, all three things happening still will prevent you from getting hit by a car. You can be seen while you're walking. I know. I mean, people love their dogs. Of course, they're like family members. I play in a band, so I was coming home like 2, 3 in the morning. And I see people out walking their dog, taking a dog for to relieve themselves. Man, up early in the morning
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
I mean, it's love. It's love for your dog. The dog wants to go out, you gotta take him out. You know, no matter what time of morning it is. So
Yeah. And so you mentioned you play in a band. So you play which instrument? Tell us a little bit about that.
I play in a blues band, what we call a blues band, but it's mostly originals, and we do jazz and funk and rock and everything else. We took fourth in the nation in far as best band in the world. Actually, we won Michigan, and whatever band wins that state sends them down to Memphis, where of course Memphis blues is probably the best blues area to be at in the country. So we compete with not just every state, but every country in the world. The real strange and kind of off kilter thing that happened is no one took first, second, and third from the United States. That just blew my mind. It was some great blues bands from
Wow.
Mississippi and Alabama, and some from Florida, and one was Chicago. I mean, they were just great bands, and we were good too. But we made it to the finals, and so, but we didn't take first, second, or third, so we took fourth. And I think it was Canada took a place, and Australia took one, and then somebody from the UK took another position. I'm not sure what it was, but a little discouraging and everything. So, but yeah, I play in this band. We're pretty popular. We travel quite a bit, from New York to Florida to Stevie Ray's in Louisville, Kentucky to Chicago, and we mostly in the UP at Sault Ste. Marie and St. Ignace at those casinos up there. We travel a lot, like more than I want to. Don't tell nobody. We are really busy. Then I play for my church on Sunday morning, and then it's back to work. I teach robotics at Stellantis, which is used to be the old Chrysler Corporation. So I'm quite busy. Yeah.
That
But
is awesome.
you have some inventions too there. How's your invention coming?
I- they're coming along as
Good.
I've
Good.
shared with you. I'm looking for the right developers to bring these app ideas to life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
if you happen upon those, we'll definitely have to connect with those.
Okay. Yeah. Any way I can help you, I will.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And
We
so go ahead.
Now I would say we go so far back. We go way back. It's not like we just met each other a couple months ago or something like that.
Yes, and I'm very proud of you, Derek. I'm very proud of how
Well,
you
thank you.
stuck to these inventions and you brought them to market. I think that is just awesome. As you said, we've known each other for a lot of years, and we've talked
Yeah.
about inventions for quite some time. So to see some of your inventions out here on the market, I mean, to be on America's Big Deal is a big
Yeah.
deal.
It is a big
The
deal.
number
Yeah.
four band in the world is a big deal too, even if it's fourth
Yeah.
place. That's
Yeah.
a big deal amongst all the bands. So
God has
how
blessed
do
me.
you feel knowing that your inventions are out there, the things that you thought you brought to fruition? How does that feel?
Marcus, I'm gonna really try to be as not brutally honest about it. It's just that a lot of times I had expected these things to happen yesterday,
Mm,
but God doesn't work that way. And then
mm,
when they happen, it's like, well, I was already expected to happen yesterday or 2 weeks ago. It didn't happen till like a month or a year ago later. So my excitement is not as intense as it would if I was right there when and when I was expected to happen. So
gotcha.
when it happened to say, "Yo, you're gonna be on television," I know you're excited about that, kind of, but I was more excited when I thought these things would have been happening a long time ago. I'm at all one like, how come these products are not just flying off the shelf? People, this is amazing. Everyone says they're amazing, well, why aren't they just, why can't it, why is, I should not be able to keep enough of them. You know, it should be
Mhm.
flying out my hands. I can't keep up with the demand, you know. And
Mhm.
that doesn't seem to be happening. I think what it is people don't know about it. And I appreciate shows like you're putting on that you're presenting me in this fashion, give me opportunity to express my products is a big help, you know, and I need more of that. And that will probably put me where I need to be at so that I can be excited.
Yeah, yeah. And so what would you say to the small business owner who, like you, it takes some time to bring things into fruition? How would you encourage a small business owner today on Small Business Saturday to keep going?
The way I would encourage them is the one thing you can't do is give up. Never give up and always reinventing the way that you can see getting information out there. So a lot of times what happens to me, and I believe it happens to everybody, but everybody doesn't really tune into it, is you'll
Mhm.
be sitting watching TV and a TV commercial or TV newscaster or somebody else say a keyword or something like, I'll just throw something like, they'll say downtown Detroit is doing Doggy Fest, you know, or are they? Then you jump on it and Google it and get the information. Yeah, we're looking for people who've invented da da da, who's made da da da, and you just jump on that and just attack it like a shark, you know, and just different things. Or a little kid may say something to you, or your mother or father, or just the preacher at church might say something in the word, and you're here. Just look, be in tune for little things, little hints that you know, and just act on it. You know, act
Mhm.
on it as soon as you hear it. Oh, because like a lot of television, you can hit reverse. You know, replay that commercial,
Mhm.
replay what he just said. What did he just say? Did he just say that the mayor of Detroit or mayor of so and so has this going on, and for this, that, and other? That's right in the tune of what I'm doing. So you gotta listen to for that little voice and just stay in the race. You know, the race
Mhm.
is not given to the swift or the strong. You know, yeah, I'm sure many of you Bible readers know the rest of that verse, so I don't need to sit here and preach to you. But yeah, that's what I would tell young artists. A lot of times, a lot of artists are not really looking to get into business because they're more art artists. They're more artists than they are business.
Mhm.
So if I can continue with this promoting, you know, check with people who work for SCORE and people who have a lot of these different types of things to help people who are entrepreneurs. But you also got to be mindful of this. There are a lot of people out there, and I mean tons of them, that are out to beat you for your money. I mean, they're out there to get tens of thousands, $20,000 out of you because I've lost quite a bit of money
Mhm.
for marketing, for advertisement. They're good at selling themselves. They're not
Mhm.
as good to sell you, and
Mhm.
they'll give you all the reasons why you should sign up with them. If I can tell you to be wise about anything, be cautious about signing up with people out there who say they can get you here and get you here and get you this and get you that. You know, you want to make sure that they have a nice timeline, and you know, let me say this: the most people that's helped me, such as Marcus, is the people that been friends of mine. They've helped me way more than people who advertise and say they don't help me. You think if I pay somebody to help me, they should be help me way more than my friends, and that's
Mhm.
not the case. That is
Wow.
not the case. People that just have a general concern and care about you. I've had people who didn't know me send me $500 or $1,000 just out of the blue, and I just said, God is good, and I gave them the money back and then some. But
Mhm.
just for them to just trust me, they looked at my faith, they looked at my pattern, they looked at my history, and they knew, you're one of God's children, and I trust that you're gonna do the right thing, and just be that way, and it'll work for you, But just don't go out and spend your money on trying to get a lot of patents and thinking that's the way to go. Try to find people that walk this walk if they have the time to show you or talk to you about that, mentor you. And I don't mind talking to anybody. Mark, you can give my information. I don't mind talking to you 3 or 4. A lot of times you're gonna find yourself at 2 or 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning with things and dreams and visions and things. Take care of it right then. Don't put off to tomorrow. Whatever there
Mhm.
is for you to do it right then. Don't even wait. You'll sleep when you're dead. So they used to tell me. This is a
That's
business that you won't get much sleep. I'm telling you right now.
yeah. Yeah.
But it's all good. It's all good.
I would imagine it has taken a lot of work to get to America's Big Deal. So how did you
It,
get connected to America's Big Deal?
you know, it, what I do is I'm a Googling things and I watch lots of YouTube and I watch a lot of things like that. I stumbled on things. I stumbled on that, and they said, "Well, we're looking for candidates," And so I said, "Well, let me just send it in." I mean, the internet and your cell phone is such a great commodity to have because you're sitting in your favorite chair or sitting in bed, you can just push fingers and thumbs to their the skin wears off of them, and just tons of information to send out to everybody. And then
Mhm.
some of them will come back and say, we like that, or we're interested in that. We would like to invite you to this, that, and other. So sure, sure. But I don't put a whole lot of stock in it because a lot of people say that. And
Mhm.
then, like, I tried out for Shark Tank. Many people ask. I'm sure your people out in Radio Land's wondering, why didn't you try out for Shark Tank? I tried out for it 3 times, and each time I tried out for it, I got closer and closer. The last time I got very close to be on the show, then the pandemic hit, which was like
Mhm.
March of 2019. I got really close, and then I called and said, "You guys still doing something?" No, we're not doing anything right now. We're just gonna put everything on hold. I said, well, so I guess it's not meant to be. Whatever's meant for you, you'll get. Trust me.
Yeah. And so do you have models for do you do any modeling with the dogs? Do you need dogs to model your products to make more video promos?
A
Or
friend of
cats? I
mine,
want to just say dogs because Simone Jomore, though she's in France, it might be good to have that French connection, have her purchase one and do a promo video.
yeah. What happened? I'm gonna go backwards. When I did the show was purchasing props and whatever you needed. So they went and paid a trainer with a trainer dog, and brought them in for the dog vest and thing. Now going from that backwards, a friend of mine at work, she was able to build pets, and she built me a dog out of a stuffed animal, and she built it. I used that. Then I went to, I think it was either Toys R Us or some kind of toy store, and I picked up a bunch of these stuffed dogs. A lot of people like them, and so I picked them up and I started utilizing them and place them outside in different places. I placed some in some coffee houses and some in some front store opening windows. I lived in Auburn Hills. I became friends with the people downtown, and they allowed me to use the space to put my dogs up, or my guitar strap, or my safety vest, and try and sell it. A lot of people will help you if they see that you're trying. And if I become really big, I'll help somebody else up also as well. A lot of
Mhm.
times you'll see also catch up with these superstars that pay, three, 30, $40 a month to be a part of that. Don't put a whole lot of money in that either, because that's uh, I think the real superstar, you think like Oprah or somebody real big like that you're gonna catch up with, and you're not. That's not. You're only gonna talk to their publicist or their manager or something like that. And then a lot of times not even them. And the other thing I want to add, if you may, I appreciate the time, Marcus, is that don't think that if you give your product to somebody famous that and they wear it or show it, whatever, that's going to bring your stuff up. I've given tons of my product to famous people, and the famous people never say, "Hey, they got that from DC Washington, Derek Washington." All they do, they sport it, and people see them wearing it, think that's just something specially made just for them, and that's not the case. You can actually buy this, and
Right.
they don't never ask them where you get that from, because you think, oh, that must be specially made for. Like I gave one to Bootsy Collins, and you think Bootsy tell everybody, "Hey, this comes from buy this." No, I want to give a shout out to Ralph Armstrong, because Ralph Armstrong plays bass down at Baker's Keyboard Lounge, and a lot of my friends say, "Hey, I seen your guitar strap. Is that yours?" I said, "Yeah, that's my friend, dear friend Ralph Armstrong." And he'll tell people, "Yeah, that's Derek Washington," and he helps me a lot.
But
You
wait,
got to
did you
find
say
people in your corner.
Bootsy Collins has your your guitar
Yeah. Oh
strap?
yeah. Oh, I can tell you a whole bunch of famous people got my yeah. Bootsy Collins has it.
But how come you didn't make them have videos that says that this is your strap, Derek?
I asked them to do that, and they say they will. They don't. And I'm saying, you
Do
guys,
you need me to go behind you and ask them a little more strongly?
sure, yeah, do that for me. I'll give you all the numbers and everything who to talk to. Yeah. But
Yeah.
a lot of people say stuff.
So Simone
Sure.
Jamora is asking, how might I purchase into different countries since she is from Australia, but she lives in France. So she could just order them from America's big deal, right?
She can. She
And
can. When
put
it
the
comes to
shipping
product like that,
addresses. Go ahead.
yep, she can order that. Well, what has happened is that a lot of times people from Australia, the UK, or Canada wants to order it, but a lot of times the cost to ship it from here can sometimes be more than the actual item that they're going to get. So you have to be
Yeah.
careful with that. So a lot of times we don't put it in a nice pretty box or nothing like that. We kind of put it like in a bag, which is still okay. It's not going to
Mhm,
damage it, and
mhm,
it costs a lot less. So
mhm.
I'm not really sure how they're doing it. I know if you reach out to them, they don't send you one, and just send me an email or go to my website and say, talk to me and say, I'd like to get this product, and then we'll see what we can do to get that product in your hands.
Now, what is your website?
What does my website say?
Yes.
My website is www.dcs, which is my name, Derek Charles, plural the S, LEDS, and you're pulling the LEDs. And I'm calling myself the king of the LEDs. And so DC is king of LEDs. So it's really easy. It's www.dcsleds.com. So many people call it DC sleds. It's not DC sleds. So it's DCS, LEDS, So it's pretty simple.
Okay. Yep. Simone Jamore, I put the link. It should be showing. I don't see it showing on yours, but I will put it in LinkedIn. For some reason,
Yes.
it's not registering the LinkedIn, both sites. So I'm going to put the America's Big Deal.
Yep.
And then I'm going to put Derek's website where you can reach him if America's Big Deal, if the shipping or something is not going to work.
Right.
Wait a minute. Of course, autocorrect is correcting what I'm spelling. I know what I'm spelling.
Yeah. You gotta love that.
Okay, I'm posting that, and then let's see.
How do you look younger and younger, Marcus? How are you doing that? Tell me that.
You're gonna have a friend for life, first of all. Telling me that I look younger and younger.
You look the same as you like 15, 20 years ago.
And so it must be good genes. That's the best thing I can tell you.
It must be good genes.
I would love to say that I'm taking really great care of myself, but I'm working on that. So
yeah,
it must be really great genes. Really great genes.
You are a great director. That's one thing for sure. And singer. And singer. I don't know if your audience knows that, how well you can sing. So it's a great singer and entertainer.
I don't know if they know that. I really don't do as much of that on here, but I guess I could share some of the singing as well. Thank you for that.
They better not challenge you because they're going to be in for their mouth dropping up.
Well, I'm going to have to do America's Big Sing. No,
there you go.
Voice, right?
Okay. Yeah. I'm encouraging you guys to watch that show too. I'm kind of curious of your opinion on what you think about the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
America's Big
Deal.
You mean? Okay.
Big Deal.
Now, which channel is it airing on?
It's airing on USA Network, and it comes on 9 o'clock every Thursday. And I'm on the 7th episode, so they've done 7 episodes so far. Next Thursday will be the 8th episode. But yeah, watch all the episodes if you want, and kind of get a feel for it. Then you get to episode 7, then send me a little email, a little chat or something. Tell me what you thought about the show.
Okay. Simone Jo Morris, also a friend for life. She says Marcus looks younger every time he says it out loud. He's great.
He does. He does. We got to find out what was he spraying on himself or something. He's spraying some type of stay young mist on him.
It must be something. It must be something. You mentioned earlier that one of your neighbors in your subdivision had on the vest. Is this good for joggers? Should joggers wear this vest?
Yes, it's excellent for joggers. The thing about my vest, when I first built it, I went to this safety show in Indianapolis, and I saw that China, there's about 2 or 3 companies in China that were also putting LEDs on vests. So I started to give up. But then I know God's voice said, wait a minute, compare your vest to what their vest does and see maybe your vest is better. And I did. I found that my vest, I can see it no matter where you turn in 360 degrees. Theirs you couldn't. With my vest, it's rechargeable. Theirs were battery operated. My vest had more LEDs on it, and theirs only had six LEDs on it. My vest was also 9 hours. Their vest was like 5 to 6 hours. Mine lasts 9 hours nonstop. My vest, you can detach the battery and the PC board that goes with it and plug in another one. And if you had to work over 10 hours, like some people do, you can continue on with your job. Okay. My vest you can see from aerial view. So if you're at the top, like at the airport, or on top of a hill looking down on search and rescues, and I got a couple of videos of people doing search and rescues with my vest. So I was trying to push it with American Red Cross, so to help the people, the victims that are suffering from hurricanes or tornado victims, things of that nature, or people with earthquakes out in California, something like that. So.
Yeah. Are you pushing it to airlines? Because what about the guys that are guiding the planes or on the ground? Are you, don't they wear vests?
Yes, they do. It's funny you mention that because I push it to them. I joined to be a DBE and MBE, and I push it to them, and they all said they like it. It looks good. They appreciate uh, the vest I made. So they all couldn't come up to a decision. Like it's almost they don't want to be the one to make the decision of getting my vest. I said, I just want to get in the door, you know. I said, you know what? I'll give it to you for free. Just get me in the door, you know. Just let me get some pictures, some videos of you guys using. Yeah. We're still talking about it. We're still hashing out. And they just keep me in at a zero bubble, you know. I've
Mm.
also sent it to Myers. I said, Myers, hey, a lot of people be bringing in shopping carts at 3 or 4 in the morning because you guys are open 24 hours a day. And I'm sure when people backing up other, you know, it's early in the morning, they're tired. When those guys who bring in shopping carts, you know, every now and then potentially could get hit. Here's my vest. What do you think about it? He said, yeah, I like it. They like it. Let's see if we can get some out into their West Coast out in Grand Rapids, you know. He said, well, I would like you to do is set up a discount for them and then let them get it. I did everything he asked and I ain't hear no more from them. So
Mm.
you got to be careful about that. It can be a letdown sometimes and take the what is that looking for? When you're really looking forward to things happening, it doesn't happen. And it, you know, you just kind of disappointed, you know, and that happens a lot. So but you got to keep on going past disappointments. That's all I want
Mhm,
to say.
mhm, mhm. And how do you advise for small business owners to do that? How do you keep pushing when you hear no or maybe or wait or we'll get back to you? How do you keep pushing?
Well, for me, I keep pushing because I have other avenues. Like I'm a musician, I play at my church also, band. I go to work teaching a class. I have a motorcycle. I just got tons of other things I do to keep myself stable and
Mhm,
prayed up. You know, a lot of people they don't have nothing but their business, and that's it. Then I you're going to need some other avenues to go down because
mhm,
that's going to be really heart wrenching when you get that no. So I'll tell you what, maybe this might help. Somebody told me this a long time ago. When somebody gives you a no, let that be your encouragement to keep on doing, to go for more. The more no's you get, the more encouraged you are to get a yes.
mm,
Like a lot of times, and maybe this analogy will work. When I was a kid, when somebody told me I'm not going to be able to do something, like I wanted a Firebird, so you ain't gonna never be a Firebird. That's all they do hear you tell me. Some I ain't gonna never be able to do. Well, I want a house on a lake. Oh, that you ain't gonna never get a house on a lake. That was my encouragement to just show you that you don't know what you're talking about, and I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna make it happen. What people don't understand is, and I'm glad this is a good platform to even say this, Marcus. I appreciate you a lot. Is that this globe that we live on, this world, or the United States that we call America, is so huge, and so many people who don't see your stuff. There's so many people that would want your stuff, but they don't see it because they missed it, you know. And you have to get on platforms like this, or you know, coverage, news coverage. Like I went to a TV channel, T2, 4, and 7 news. Hey, I got this product. I think it's great. Want to try it? And then, and I'm not calling names, but a couple of go, oh, you're not ready yet. Not ready. What do you mean? You know, how much more ready do I need to be? So apparently, they cover things that once the audience or the population sees it and they get excited about it, then they're there. Oh, hey, can we interview you now? Can we talk about that? Whereas Marcus, you know, I'm not very popular, and he's interviewing me now, which kudos to him. I give him a lot of credit for that. I appreciate that. But a lot of news coverage won't do that until the audience sees it. The audience gets excited about it, and then all of a sudden now they want to interview you. And that makes me want to say, no, I'm gonna go with Marcus show. I'm not going to give you the first. I'm gonna go to people that helped me first before I give you that first, and you can get it from him after he films me or talks to me about it.
sounds like a plan. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I think from the first invention, and you know this, from the first time you told me about the guitar strap, I thought Ray Parker Jr. and everybody in between, right? I
Funny you
just
mention because Ray Parker Jr. does have one.
but he needs to be doing commercials. See, that's what I'm saying. I love that they have it, but they got to let people know where they got it so that other people can get it.
They won't do that for some reason. I don't
You
know
have to
why.
go
They
to the
just
Grand Ole Opry. You have to go to the Country Music Awards, and the stage has to have all Derek straps.
I
And
agree.
and
I agree.
that's
Those
you
things
know,
take money.
I knew then that you had this innovation. I think I always knew that, but you have this innovation about you, and I was like, this is really gonna be something big. So I'm excited that you made it to America's Big Deal, even if you
Yeah.
didn't first. It's a good platform, and I'm gonna find it, and I'm probably gonna pull snippets from it, and they're gonna probably tell me I can't use them, but I'm gonna pull snippets from it to help circulate on social media because you're right. People need to see it in order for
Yeah.
them to say, "Oh, that's something that I want." And I think for the market of pets, I think people invest. It must be a multi-billion-dollar market for pets.
You want to hear something funny? So I'm at the show, and then this guy from Lowe's, I'm not gonna call his name, you'll figure it out. He says, DC, we make LED for pets as well at our company. I hope I didn't mention it. Even if I did, it shouldn't be matter. And he said, what makes your product different than ours? I said, well, mine is remote control. I said, you don't have to get out of bed. You don't have to leave. You can just push a button and then you know that it's going to be activated and you're safe. Your puppy will be safe. You don't have to go look, hey, come in the house. Let me turn you don't have to do none of that. Your puppy can be 30 feet or more away and you better turn it on, make it flash fast if you want to. That's what makes mine different than yours. So okay, you think that would be okay? Well, then you sold. Let's go with yours. Oh, but I don't. And they say, the race is not over. They still may call me back and say, hey, Mr. Washington, the show's over. Granted, but we really liked your product and we want to do business with you. So that could still happen. I'm not saying nothing bad. The show's a great show.
Mhm.
Enjoy all the panels. Great. I had a wonderful experience. And I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. And it's just perfect. And for those who are entrepreneurs, yeah, go to that and sign up for it because I think they're looking to do a season 2, season 3, and your product may make it on the show as well. You know.
Mhm. Mhm. Thank you, Marilyn Hamilton. She's watching us on the Love and Stuff page, and Simone is saying they have to feel it, believe it makes a difference for the family. Uh, Safety important as they are in our hearts. Yeah, I believe that, Simone, Joe. That I know people that their pets are treated better than their children.
Oh yeah.
No
Oh yeah.
shade to anybody because you
Oh yeah.
love who you love, how you love. But
Oh
I know
yeah.
that people will invest their hard-earned dollars into their pets. And
That's
so,
what I was thinking.
yeah, when I
Yeah.
think about safety, I think this would be great for the neighborhood pets, especially if you train your dog. If he or she senses that the lights are going faster, that means come back home. You can kind of
Yeah. You could train
train
your
them
dog to.
to be
Yeah. You
involved in
could.
their own safety. So
You could.
I think
And
it's ingenious.
if you have smaller pets and you're worried about the predators coming up me and my girl just look it up and shows that like wolves and things and coyotes are afraid of LED lights. So if your small dog has it on, it will make those other pets run away from your pet or from your dog. So that's a great thing. But yeah, safety first. What I found out, or a lot of times when it comes to business, when it came to my safety vest I was showing you guys earlier, uh, the company will preach safety, and Marcus, you know this yourself very well. The company is say they preach safety, but they're paying for this and they're only paying $3, and yours costs $9. They'll start the one we make the employee pay for it. The employee gonna say, "Oh no," because the company should be paying for this. I work for them. The employee's gonna say, "Oh, I think you should also pay for it because you need safety." So then it becomes a stalemate. No one's getting it,
Mhm.
and I lose. So
Yeah.
nobody wins from safety is concerned. So many times I say, hey, I give them to you. Just try them out. Just the people at the Detroit Lions, thank bless their heart, they bought a bunch of them. So if you ever at the Detroit Ford Field and you see it, take a picture of it for me. I've been trying to get the management to do it for me. He said, okay, I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I never got it from him. They keep on saying they're gonna do it and take some videos of it, but I guess they're too busy. I guess. So I said, oh, let me come to the game for sure. I'll let you come to the game. Of course, Lions haven't been doing so well. I'm not encouraged to come to a game, but I want to come down to the game and actually take some pictures myself. But a lot of times when you involved in an entrepreneur, you are doing a lot of work. Trust me, it ain't like you just push a few buttons. If you're the inventor, doing the imagination, you're doing the social media stuff, and then you also got to talk to your manufacturer. You got to get it on time. Like this last little thing I did for the America's Big Deal, they say, hey, we want you to have this amount of product here today. Like, I only have half that amount. Well, if you want to be on the show, okay, all right, let me see what I can do. So I had to push my manufacturer to put the clamps on people building it, and I needed it like within 20 days. And they did the job and they shipped it, and just barely made it on time. So a lot of times you'll be forced in certain situations that you don't really have any control over. It's not, what am I supposed to do? What can I do? Just
Right.
gotta pray and make sure it works. And hopefully it
Yeah.
happens.
Wow. Well, this is a great special edition. I'm glad.
Oh,
I know we had some technical difficulties trying to get you
yeah, sorry
in.
about that. Yeah,
No, that's okay. I'm glad we got you in. That's what matters most.
yeah,
And Small Business Saturday. And as I circulate this, Derek, I'm hoping that other entrepreneurs hear some of the nuggets that I think that you shared. I think it's important
yeah,
not to spend all of your money in marketing and all of these other things. You
yeah,
might find better resources among some of your friends to do some of those things. I think you also do have to push those influencers to honor their commitments if they take your products to make the
yes,
video so that it can turn over. And
yes.
most importantly, among many things I hope that people get is to never give up.
Never give up.
That's one
Yeah,
of the many reasons that I'm so proud of you, because you could have said, well, I gave Ray Parker Jr. this strap and it didn't hit. But you
yeah,
kept going and you kept
yeah,
ideating and you kept innovating and you kept creating and kept going back to the drawing board and making it better. And I
yeah,
think that's the poster of an entrepreneur who we should celebrate on Small Business Saturday and drive traffic toward his business. So those of you
yeah.
that are watching or will watch this, make sure you go to americasbigdeal.com or dcsleds.com and make sure that you support this entrepreneur who has something especially great for your pet lovers. And if you're on
Yes.
LinkedIn, all of the LinkedIn pet lover businesses and groups that I've tagged, I want you all to reach out to Derek and get this. I think it will be great for your pets, especially this last thing on safety. If lights would bother other animals that could attack your dogs, you definitely want them to have this vest on if you let them go out in the backyard and relieve themselves in the confines of your backyard, right? We don't want you to let them run down the street, but you let them go outside and then you train them to these lights, they'll come back. I think this is genius. This is excellent. So the dog lovers, pet lovers, I keep saying dog. I'm sorry, Simone Jamore. Pet lovers, make sure that you reach out and get your own vest. And if you're like Simone Joe Moore and you're in another country and you want to ship them to other places, reach out to Derek at DCSLEDS.com. Derek, any closing words? I love it. I love it. You got any closing words you want to share on the Small Business Saturday?
I did, but I didn't want to take up no more time than necessarily.
No, please.
I'll close with this. Everything that you Google or look up for, take up everything that's free. Anything you see is free. And a lot of these meetings that they have, team meetings and Zoom meeting, be a part of it. Hear what people are doing, and then work on your connections. When you meet other people who are doing this and that, and they'll be willing a lot of times to help you for free. Push free as much as you possibly can. Things that cost money right now in the early stages, I wouldn't put a lot of stock in it right now. If I were you, just push free as much as you can.
Yeah.
And be willing to help somebody else too. The more you open up your hand to someone else, you can let things come in. Don't keep your hand closed up and you just go keep the information to yourself. Help as many people as you can as you go up as well.
That is awesome. Derek, thank you so much for joining us. Again, people can connect with you on where's your platforms that you want people to connect with you on besides
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm on all of those things, but mostly Facebook.
Okay.
That's the main one because that now I'm learning to link up my Facebook with my Instagram and other things, and it automatically wherever I put on one thing, it automatically tells the other, which I like that feature. It's a great feature.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we will
Thank you,
be back
Marcus.
in touch with you to see how this other ways that we can help to promote this wonderful group of products, especially this harness. What is the actual name of it?
Which one? This is the remote controlled LED doggy vest. And it differs because it's not a collar. However, which people don't know, they took it out of the commercial I was doing. You can cut this and make it to just a collar if you want to, and it still works if
Okay.
you want to. I don't tell a lot of people that because they might cut the wrong things. Hey, you told me I can cut it, and I cut it. It don't work anymore. I'm pricey. I shouldn't have told you you can cut it because some people just don't do the right thing. They just they cut it wrong and something like so. But mostly you can change it to a collar. So, and here's your remote control. It controls it so that you can turn on fast, slow, or off or on. And the cool thing on not Thanksgiving, but Halloween, we had decorated with some of these vests, and we turned the vests on. I think it's like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I come back the next morning about 7 o'clock that next morning. It was still working. So
Oh,
usually I thought it lasted about 9, 10 hours. That was over 12 hours.
wow.
So I felt good about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. That was Derek Washington, inventor extraordinaire. And like him, I hope that you are inspired to invent, create, ideate, collaborate for something great in your life. What's your passion? What's the thing that you want to connect people to? He talked about 2 million dogs being bought or purchased every year and 1 million being in accidents. Okay, that's a business problem to solve. How do we reduce those number of accidents, right? So there is some business problem, there's some personal problem that you can solve for people. What is it? And how can you build your idea and your concept around it? You and I are not a robotics instructor like Derek, right? But you and I might have an idea that we could craft out, draw out, design out, and partner with somebody like a Derek, right? To bring that idea to market. It's Small Business Saturday. And whether you're a small business owner or whether you are in an area or region where there are small businesses, today we should celebrate owners of small business by driving traffic, both foot traffic and online traffic, to their footprint, to their stores, to their brick and mortars, so that in this time of pandemic that they can continue to compete and continue to have market share for the products and services, great products and services that they offer. And they can only have that exposure if you and I make purchases from small businesses and then share and make reviews on Google and other places about our customer experience with those businesses so that we can elevate their level of success through the lenses of people within our sphere of influence. It's important that you use your network to connect other people to increase their net worth. And I believe that will return back to you. Increasing your net worth through your network is a whole module that is a part of an upcoming training that I'm doing online, a coaching online, and it will be yours very soon for a nominal price. It's a 4 module for those of you that are seeking jobs and seeking to better yourself, seeking to get that promotion. That's going to be coming out very soon. And so this is just a foretaste, I think, in some regard, increasing your net worth through your network. You can also increase someone else's net worth through your network by connecting people to the products and services that you use and you love. It's Small Business Saturday, and I hope with the hours that are left in your day that you will find a small business in your local community or a small business in the global community that you can support and do just that. Support them well. I'm Marcus Holmes. I hope you enjoy a wonderful rest of your day. Have the rest of your weekend as a grateful one, and we will see you along the gratefulness journey every day. So if you are watching us from LinkedIn Live, from which we're emanating today, Facebook Live at the Marcus R. Holmes page or the Love and Stuff community, Twitch TV, HR Passion Guy, YouTube HR Passion, or Love and Stuff Passion Guy on IG Live. Thank you for tuning in. Share widely, click share now, and ask someone, when's the last time you supported a small business? It's Small Business Saturday, and we hope that you will continue to support, if you haven't already started, small businesses everywhere. Thank you so much.